Welcome back to another battle report, folks. Today it's myself going up against Johnnie. We're going to be having Soviets against Germans. We'll go over the lists to begin with. Johnnie, you're using your newly painted Falshrimjager, so what have you got in your list?
In my list I have 2 platoons of 9 stands of Falshrimjager. The commands have Panzerfausts. I have a platoon of heavy machine guns. I have, just quickly looking here, a platoon of Nebs. They're off the table just now in reserve. I also have 3 Stooks and a King Tiger as divisional support. Those 3 units are all confident trained, everything else is fearless vets. I also have in ambush a platoon of Pack 40s. I think that's everything.
So that's 1750 points.
Yeah, and the reason I chose the fearless vets is because I don't have everything painted yet. So I don't have any anti-air painted yet, I don't have my mortars or my recoilless guns painted yet, so I was kind of forced into using this, shall we say. But it's a good list, and we'll see how it goes against your horde.
Well, my horde's not actually as hordy as it could be, but just so everyone knows that the infantry are all in buildings, and this lot here are in that church, and there's heavy machine guns and infantry in here. So it looks as though there's nothing on the table, but there's actually like 1050 points on the table, you just can't see it.
I've also got 2 minefields which I've placed over here.
And we can just block off that flank. We'll go over the mission in just a second, so that maybe makes sense why that's been done. So in the Soviet list, I've got an infantry list. There is a platoon of 7 stands plus command, a platoon of 14 stands plus command, and I've got my company command with them. They're backed up by a platoon of heavy machine guns, platoon of mortars, a platoon of my favourite 57mm anti-tank guns. We'll see, but really good against medium armour, so the Stooks just keep away from them. And then for support I've got 3 ISU 100s, which once again the Stooks just need to keep away from them, and 3 IS 2s with disc anti-air and tank riders. So the mission that we're playing is Bridgehead. I'm the attacker. The deployment area for the defender is really quite small. It's basically, it misses out just one edge of that town, but it's the rest of the town up to about the line of hedges and halfway, which is a little bit in advance of that road. So it's a really good compact defensive position for the Falshrimjagers. Those houses means they've got lots of fields of fire over the objectives. I've got to assault them out of those houses to take those objectives, and the reserves are scattered reserves, so they can come in anywhere in the back edge or within 16 inches off the corner, depending on what dice roll is made. You declare what's coming on, then you roll the dice. I've also, by the way, got a plane. I forgot about the plane. I've got a flight of 2 Sturmovix. They're an absolute must, I think, for the Russians. Not only are they good, but if you're up against anything with King Tigers, and most German lists have maybe 1 King Tiger in it, King Tiger will destroy the Russian armour in a couple of turns, you know, unless they've got really bad luck. Any hard-hitting Russian armour tends to be really slow, so the Sturmovik will hopefully make the King Tiger think twice about what it's doing, and hopefully even kill it, but we'll see. But I've deployed, as you see here, because it's got a horseshoe deployment, so I'm thinking attack over here, ignore the minefields. Heavy machine guns are not in a position to shoot anybody yet, but they can move forward. The mortars are in a position to shoot. The IS 100 is in a position to shoot. These guys are in a position to do a bit of shooting or move forward, depending on what happens. These guys are in the church, just as something on that flank, maybe deal with any opportunities or any threats, because it is possible that the Germans could come out and attack me when the reserves come on. So the Soviets will have first turn, so we'll come back when we've done all that and get the game kicked off. Oh, and this is the turn counter that we're using. This is the Soviet turn counter. The base advances as the turns advance, if you see what I mean. So we'll come back at the end of Soviet turn 1. Soviet turn 1, a bit of movement, a bit of shooting. The IS-2s are just edging up a bit. Just wondering where this King Tiger's going to appear, you see, and then they might move a bit more. These guys dashed, did a terrain dash, and then did a follow me. These 4 are actually on the ground floor of that building. The heavy machine guns dashed up to this position. They're a wee bit exposed there. Some of the guys are actually in the open. These guys moved into the church just so they've got view over all that open ground. And then as far as shooting goes, well, first of all, the Sturmovik came in and it tried to drop bombs here and rolled a 1, a 1 and a 2. The artillery tried to range in over here. They needed a 5 because of trained artillery shooting into terrain, but I never got above a 3. The anti-tank guns here fired up at the tower again where the heavy machine guns are. Didn't get any 6s, needed 7s, but 6s minimum for a start, as did these 3 here with rerolls. They missed as well, so no damage to the Germans this turn. So, but the Russian advance, such as it is, has begun. Let's see what the Germans get, if anything, in the way of reserves. So Johnnie got his reserve straight away. He rolled a 5, which means he came over in this corner, and oh dear. Take a pot shot, let's see if you get him, Johnnie.
Okay, here we go.
You do. Now I need a 6 for a bail. And I get a 6.
Oh no way!
5 pound to bail.
Okay, here we go.
Yeah, it's bailed out.
Right, so this turn I managed to get my King Tiger on. I rolled a 5, which is really good, so it came on at this edge, which is exactly what I wanted. I managed to hit Frank over here, but believe it or not, he rolled a 6, which meant I only bailed it, I didn't actually knock it out, but still, he's bailed, so that's pretty good. I didn't pop my ambush, I didn't see the point in bringing my Pack 40s on just yet. So the only other bit of shooting that I did do was I used my heavy machine guns and I fired at this platoon over here, and I managed to take out 2 bases, so I'm quite happy with that.
And they're pinned.
Aye, that's right, so they're pinned, and that's effectively my turn.
Please excuse the typhoon, it's actually 2 Sturmoviks. I'm going to try and range in with rockets onto the King Tiger, and I miss. So Soviet turn 2, the poor little IS-2 didn't get back in. The other ones just terrain dashed and followed me over into here out the way of the King Tiger. These guys here just went to ground, they unpinned and went to ground. The infantry moved up, so the house is full and there's a bunch of infantry at the back still in the open. The plane came in, Sturmovik came in. It's the only thing I've got that can kill this, but I've got to hit it first, and it's only 1 tank under a template, so it's only over 1 dice to hit. Then Johnny's got to save, then I've got to make a firepower, so it take quite a lot of good dice rolls in the right order. As it was, I rolled a 2 as you just saw, so it's still alive and it's going to chew up 1 IS-2 and then just spend its time chewing up everything else, unless I get some lucky dice with the plane. There was some, excuse me, direct firing over into these guys because they were no longer going to ground. It didn't do anything, only got 1 hit, but the mortars ranged in, got a heavy machine gun and got a infantry base. And now they're ranged in, they might actually start to do some damage. One thing I forgot to do, I'll just do it before the next round, just fire these heavy machine guns. They dug in, but in a position to put some fire down onto the ground Falshrimjagers over there. So let's see what the Germans get in the way of reserves next turn, and watch the bad King Tiger going to work. Okay, so this turn, this lovely King Tiger had 2 shots and managed to hit with 1. And guess what? Frank rolled a 6 again. So he's... He then passed the firepower.
Yeah.
To bail him.
Yeah.
He's double bailed, said to motivate, but he's fearless, so he survived on a 3 up.
He's still bailed. He should be a smoking wreck by now, Frank. Yeah. So that's all that happened there. The infantry that were in these buildings here, because Frank's now ranged in, I have moved them. So the machine guns are now in this building. I don't think there's anybody in that one. And in here is the rest of the platoon that goes with the platoon that are in here. And the only other thing I did was I managed to get reserves, so these Stugs came on here and they cross-country dashed up to here, and they're just waiting in there kind of in a defensive position to see what Frank's going to do next.
Probably cry. So it's the Soviet turn 3. This lucky guy managed to get back in, so he's dashed to join his comrades. These guys are staying put just now. They need a bit of cover and fire and a bit of casualties before they move up, I think. The guys in the open tried to dig in and failed. The guys in the church are just staying where they are at the moment, even though he's pulled back. There's a hell of a lot of open ground, so I'll wait and see how that develops. The plane didn't turn up, by the way. And as far as shooting goes, I managed to kill a base with the mortars. The mortars have moved to range in on the church now. I'll just pick that up, move it over there. And everything else that fired missed because it needed 7s to hit, because the army's just gone to ground for the moment. So I'd imagine the Nebs will be turning up soon for the Germans, so I could be getting a few templates chucked at me. Could be getting pretty nasty pretty soon.
Okay, I got the last of my reserves, so I moved my Nebs on here. Unfortunately, they failed a follow me order, so the command base managed to move up, but these two didn't. These guys, I moved them up slightly, taking some shots at these guys, didn't hit anything. Likewise, I moved my King Tiger around here. He fired his machine guns in at these guys, and likewise he didn't hit anything either. So that's basically my turn over.
That's the last of your reserves on,
Yeah,
anyway.
that's everything apart from my ambush on the table.
Soviet turn 4. The IS-2s are moving around, try and get away from the King Tiger and try and do something. The Su-100s are getting themselves in a position where they can shoot on to this corner of the town. The infantry managed to dig in over there, and the mortars failed to range in again. But they've got a lovely target in here which they can't range in on. Once they do, it'll be really good. These fired, they managed to kill some of the infantry. They moved into the clock tower. These guys stay put. The plane hasn't turned up, so there's not much happening for the Russians. It's the same old story. One King Tiger turns up and the Russians all have to leave, otherwise they're on a bit of a spanking, but we'll see what happens once those Nebs get stuck into them and see if I can change my axis of attack. Range in with the Nebs on here.
I need a 5. Nope.
Second attempt.
Nope.
Third attempt.
No!
It's just the same as my mortars, really. That's a big juicy target. I gives them an extra turn's grace, but that's probably about it.
Okay, as you've probably just seen, my Nebs couldn't range in over here, so they didn't do anything. These guys over here fired some shots into these guys.
Got a couple of hits.
Yeah, but you passed your...
No, I failed my saves and then you failed your fire target.
That's right, sorry, so you did. And then this guy over here, he fired a shot at the commissar and failed miserably. So that's the end of, what's this, turn 4 for the Germans?
Turn 4, yeah.
And we'll see what happens next.
So Soviet turn 5, so I've got to move this turn, because if I don't, start of the next turn I'm not within 8 inches, I've lost. So these guys have moved out of the church. Most importantly, these guys have moved up to within 8 inches of that objective. They'll die next turn though. Didn't get a plane. Everything that... bucket loads of dice getting fired, but I got one... I think I got one hit actually. And managed to kill one base. So it's up to the Germans now to give some pain next turn and take the basically I think if you deal with these guys and it's pretty much game over, because the plane never turned up again, so there's nothing going to kill this guy. So let's see what the Germans do in their turn 5.
Right, this turn I did a lot more damage. So my King Tiger, these 3 Stugs, all the guys that were in this building here, and my Nebs, because they ranged in, all tried to hit this platoon here. And Frank Rings I could have probably done a bit better, but I took 7 bases, so that's fair comment. Oh yeah, there was 2 Pack 40s had a shot at these guys as well. A further 2 Pack 40s had shots at these guys, along with 3 machine gun teams and a couple of bases, the infantry in here, and I managed to take 4 stands from there. So that was pretty good shooting. For me, I'm quite happy with that. It's now turn 6 and Frank's still within 8 inches. We just need to wait and see what happens for here.
I'm going to concede at this point that I can't really do anything. The only thing the guys can do is try and stay alive, and it's to no avail, no purpose, because I can't kill the King Tiger. My plane arrived once during the game when it was on the table, and that's it. If I go toe to toe with it, I just die. There's no point in trying to win a game purely on will I just die or not. I try to sort of play around things, and it just never happened in this game. So once again, the Russians, if they come up against any list with King Tigers, they've got to have hordes of T-34-85s with the King Tiger in the open and exposed to do anything about it. Otherwise, they will lose, I think, every time, because they've got no smoke, and all their heavy hitters are slow movers. And in this mission as well, the Falshrimjager are all in this really compact blob. It's impossible to shift them, basically, unless you've got artillery that hits. And I ranged in twice in the whole. I ranged in twice out of 5 turns with my artillery. If I'd arranged in more, I might have pinned some, and I certainly would have thinned it out, and which would have given my push a chance maybe against thinner reserves. But it's also, it could have gone other ways. It could have been that the King Tiger ended up all the way over in this corner over here, and then I would have had time to do things. So it's just down sometimes to the way that fate moves things around the table. But you're on a wing and a prayer against a King Tiger with your Russians. Yeah, they're going to get a wee bit of luck, or it's just going to dominate the game. And as Johnny's been saying to me, it's not killed a single thing in the whole game, which sounds a bit nuts. That's because it's a wee bit of bad luck against an IS-2, but it doesn't have to kill anything. It just stops me from doing anything without certain death being the outcome, if you understand. So, what do you think about your own list in the game, Johnny?
I actually thought I might have taken a bit more casualties, but I agree with you. I think it's because they were all in these buildings. You certainly were unlucky with a lot of your rolls, especially, you know, as far as getting your artillery in there and stuff. I like the list. I would definitely tweak it. And the one thing I have learned is a King Tiger certainly makes people move things on a table that they don't particularly want to move sometimes. So it's well worth having it in the list. I'm keen to get other things into my list and try it out, but for their first show, if you like, then yeah, they did okay. So I'm quite happy to get the win for a change.
There you go. But King Tiger will do you a lot of good against these kind of lists. A single King Tiger against other lists, or even if the planes had turned up, it would have been potentially a different game, but it's just unfortunate it's been a bit one-sided, I think. But there you go. It's down to the mission, I think, partly, and a wee bit of duff luck on my part. If the King Tiger had been gone, I could have got stuck in. It still would have been extremely difficult to kick you out of these buildings, but I probably would have been able to at least deny you the victory.
Yeah.
Winning it maybe would have been a different option. But there you go. That was a fairly convincing win. Not a single German platoon dead, just a few bases here and there. And to be honest, the Russians only lost bases in the last turn.
Yep, that's right.
But that was it. They simply weren't able to wear the Germans down at all at the point where they had to make a move. And then they paid the price the next turn.